Welcome back to Squawk Box on this Tuesday morning. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau releasing the results of a pilot study called Planning for Tax Time Savings. The study was launched in 2015 with H&R Block and shows that simple messages encouraging customers to use their prepaid card to save at tax time increase the likelihood that they would end up doing so. For more on the study and how consumers can use CFPB resources to save, we are joined by Kathy Kraninger. She is the director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us about these prepaid cards. What do you mean by this? What do people have to do?
So what H&R Block did during the 2017 tax season was send an email to some of their prepaid card customers and just have a simple message that says, do you want to save? Here's how you can do it. So they added a savings feature to the prepaid card to let people save money along with their tax time refund.
Typically, do most people not? I assume most people don't save enough and they get hit at tax time and they don't realize what they're really getting hit by.
This is actually the opposite situation. 73% of people actually get a tax refund.
Right.
And for 40% of the tax filers, that's the largest influx of funds that they have personally every year.
So that is their version of savings.
That is their version. That is at least the time to save. And so the opportunity to really think about that, given what you deal with throughout the year in terms of other emergencies or issues that come along, building that habit of savings when you know that you're about to get an influx again of funds, it's a good time to have that as something on your mind.
Right.
When we say people mostly spend their refunds, are we assuming that they're not paying down debt when they're spending those refunds?
So this study didn't answer that particular question, but there is definitely, I think in society in general, the spend message is loud. And what we want to do is get that savings message out there as well. Did a great study with H&R Block with a randomized control sample of those who got the message, those who did not get a message. And the savings results were there. If you put the thought into people's minds, they're going to actually take action with it and empowering them to do that. Right. And that's what the savings tool did. I mean, there were other people saving, I'm sure, as a result of tax time who just didn't take advantage of that particular feature. But it's still a great reminder.
So, Kathy, that's one of the many insights of behavioral finance, that if you tweak things, you can change behaviors in a meaningful way. Why is it taking so long for these insights to make it into policy, to make it into mainstream?
That is an excellent question. I would say this study perhaps gives you an insight into it. We started conversations with H&R Block in 2015 for the 2017 tax filing season, and here we are in 2019 able to report the results, which, by the way, 24% of the people who were involved in this actually saved 8 months later, and they had an average of $105 saved. And again, for those who make under $50,000 a year, that's a great nest egg and something that will help them get through a financial crisis.
Right. What do you worry about most these days for consumers? Just in terms of your day-to-day job, when you think about the risks that are out there for the public?
It really is, I think, a buyer beware situation from the front end of things. We can't be there with consumers all the time. There is a lot of fraud. There are a lot of scams. I was just talking off-site with someone about that today in terms of the things that they should be aware of. And we're there. We're actually taking action and enforcement actions, and we're vigilant. But we can't be everywhere with everyone.
What do you feel? How do you feel about all of these online sort of new entrants into the savings robo-advisory game?
They're a great opportunity, again, to make people think about this, to take action on it, but not without some risk.
Since we're talking taxes, and I know we got to go, would you ever advocate, I don't know if you know my view on this, advocate for a single card that just you pay your taxes, it comes from the government, you don't even have to do anything? I know it's antithetical for certain people on certain sides, certain parties about doing this. You know about what I'm talking about? But I want to make it very easy.
But I'm probably against it if you.
No, you would be against it. You are against it. I know you're against it.
Okay.
No. This would just be a simple card. You pay your tax. It's done. The government effectively sends you a bill.
Yeah.
So you don't have to. So for majority of Americans,
just keep moving without a forwarding address. They wouldn't find you. How would you do it?
Well, no. You'd get back to get it. We got to go. Thank you. It's great to see you. Really
Great to see you
it.
too. Thank you.
No.